The Mindy Project, Season 2, Episode 15, French Me Idiot. So this episode starts out where the last one ended, with Mindy and Danny making out in the back of the airplane. They end up going into the airplane bathroom to get a little bit of privacy, but of course, knowing them, there are disastrous results. So they end up getting back to New York, and going into Mindy's apartment, they see Cliff and Morgan there with a mariachi band. Cliff says that he wants to get Mindy back, that he made a mistake and he thinks that they should be together. They go back up to Mindy's apartment, and Mindy tries to break up with Cliff, but he's just not having any of it. So later, the next day, Danny tells Mindy that they can't do anything. They won't be able to kiss. They shouldn't even be in the same room while Mindy is still with Cliff. So then Mindy realizes that she may not be good at breaking up with guys, but she is really good at getting guys to break up with her. So she decides that she's going to be super annoying to get Cliff to break up with her. One of the things that she does is she actually sits on the toilet with the door open, talking on the phone as Cliff comes into her apartment to go talk to her. While she's doing this, Cliff gets a phone call that his grandma has died. He takes this super hard, like crazy, ridiculously hard. He's devastated. You know, she was super old, but he just can't believe it. He even says that no person should ever have to bury a grandparent. Yeah. So he really needs to be with Mindy now. He wants to stay the night with her. He just can't be alone. They need to be together. So Mindy and Danny end up going with Cliff to his grandma's funeral. And while they're at the funeral, Mindy and Danny sneak off and start making out in another room. Mindy accidentally knocks over a candle with her butt and starts the church on fire during the funeral. So after everyone's evacuated, Mindy talks to Cliff and tells him that she's not going to be able to see him anymore. She kissed Danny once and doesn't think it's going to be just a one-time thing. She really likes Danny and she wants to be with him. So Cliff, of course, is also furious and ends up punching Danny in the face. So meanwhile, back at the practice, Jeremy decides that the practice should be the new gynecologist for the New York Metropolitan Ballet. So he's going to go to talk to them to try to get their business, and Peter says that he'll come along and help. However, while they're watching videos of the ballet practice, Jeremy realizes that he's dated too many of those ballerinas and they're not going to let him in the door. So Peter says that he'll go by himself. But Peter doesn't really want to and decides that he's going to team up with Brendan Delorier, one of the midwives, that they will do a two-step approach with them doing all of the holistic stuff and then the practice doing all of the actual doctor work. So they get to the ballet and end up convincing them that they should be hired, but then they have to sit through a 4-hour ballet practice, which Peter hates. So he already hates ballet because he used to have to sit through all of his sister's ballet recitals. And this 4 hours is just crazy. He ends up freaking out, and obviously they do not get the business. So the episode ends with Mindy and Danny sitting in Mindy's apartment on the couch, talking about how now they can finally be together. They start to kiss, and one of the light bulbs explodes. They now think that they're being haunted by Cliff's grandma. So tune in next time to see more about new episodes of The Mindy Project. Thanks!